There are moments in life when noise disappears, not because everything is peaceful, but because everyone is gone. No calls, no messages, no "are you okay?" No one. That silence can be louder than betrayal because it teaches you something painful. People love you when you're strong, but they discover excuses when you're weak. This is the story of a man who learned that lesson the hardest way possible. His name was Ethan, and once upon a time, life smiled at him. He was reliable. He showed up. He helped others before helping himself. The kind of person people called when they needed advice, money, or support. He was the friend who stayed late, the one who answered at midnight, the one who said, "Don't worry, I've got you." People liked being around Ethan. He made life easier for them. And when life was good, everyone was there. But life has a way of testing foundations. It started quietly. A failed business deal, a loan he took to help someone who never paid back. Bills piling up faster than solutions. Then came the illness. Not dramatic, not sudden, just enough to slow him down. And when Ethan slowed down, the world kept moving. At first, he didn't panic. He reached out. "Hey, can you help me with this one thing? I just need some time. I'm not okay." The responses came slower. Seen, busy, we'll talk later. Later never came. One friend stopped answering altogether. Another changed the subject whenever Ethan spoke about his struggles. Some disappeared without explanation. And that's when the truth began to settle in. People love your strength, but many can't handle your struggle. Ethan noticed something strange. When he needed encouragement, people became uncomfortable. When he asked for support, they became distant. When he needed patience, they found excuses. He wasn't asking for luxury, just understanding. But in their eyes, he had become a burden, and burdens make people uncomfortable. There was one night he would never forget. No food in the fridge, no money left, no energy to pretend he was fine. He sat alone in the dark, phone in his hand. He scrolled through contacts, names that once felt like family, but he didn't call, because rejection hurts more than hunger, and disappointment cuts deeper than loneliness. That night, Ethan learned something powerful. Sometimes God removes people so you can hear him clearly. Alone, he began to ask questions. Was I only valuable when I was useful? Did they ever care, or just benefit? Was I foolish for being too kind? These questions didn't have easy answers, but they shaped him. Pain has a way of revealing truth without mercy. One morning, exhausted from feeling sorry for himself, Ethan made a quiet decision. No announcement, no social media post, no dramatic vow, just a thought. If no one is coming to save me, I will rebuild myself. That decision didn't change his situation overnight, but it changed him. He started small, waking up early, learning again, working quietly. No one clapped, no one noticed. And that was the point. He learned to move without validation, to grow without applause. Because true strength is built when no one is watching. Something unexpected happened. The loneliness that once crushed him began to shape him. He learned discernment. He learned boundaries. He learned that not everyone deserves access to his heart. He stopped explaining himself, stopped chasing people who had already chosen distance, and for the first time in a long time, he felt peace. Months passed, then years. Ethan rebuilt his life quietly. Stronger foundation, clearer vision, and slowly, things changed. Opportunities returned, confidence returned, life returned, but something else returned too. People. They came casually. Long time. So proud of you. Let's catch up. They smiled like nothing ever happened. But Ethan had changed. He wasn't bitter. He wasn't angry. He was aware. He remembered who disappeared when he needed them, and he remembered who stayed silent when he was breaking. Ethan didn't reject them, but he didn't give them the same access either, because growth teaches boundaries, and pain teaches wisdom. He understood something deeply now. Not everyone who walks away is an enemy. Some exits are protection. If you're listening to this and you feel abandoned, if it seems like everyone left when you needed them most, hear this. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. The season of isolation is not your end. It is your training ground. Some people are in your life for comfort. Others are there for character. And sometimes, God removes the crowd so you can discover your strength. You didn't lose them. You outgrew what they were meant to be. Stay standing. Stay becoming. Your comeback won't need their approval. It will speak for itself. Ethan didn't celebrate his comeback loudly. There were no victory speeches, no posts explaining what he survived. No need to prove anything to anyone, because when you've been broken quietly, you rebuild with humility. Something had changed inside him, not his circumstances, not even his confidence, but the weight. He no longer carried the responsibility of being everything to everyone, no longer felt guilty for saying no, no longer believed love meant self-neglect. He had learned the difference between supporting people and sacrificing himself for those who wouldn't do the same, and that lesson stayed with him. One afternoon, Ethan sat alone in a cafe. Across the room, he overheard a conversation. Two friends laughing, talking about someone else's struggles. One of them said, "He used to help everyone, but when things went bad, no one could help him." They laughed. Ethan froze, not because it hurt, but because it confirmed everything. He finally understood. Some people don't know how to love beyond convenience. Ethan chose forgiveness, not because they apologized, not because they deserved it, but because holding pain was heavier than letting go. Forgiveness didn't mean reopening doors. It meant closing wounds. And he made peace with this truth. You can forgive someone and still keep distance. Healing doesn't require reunion. There was a time Ethan prayed for help. Now he thanked God for strength instead, because strength lasts longer than sympathy, and resilience outlives rescue. He became the kind of man who could stand alone without feeling lonely, the kind who could walk away without feeling abandoned. One night, exhausted but fulfilled, Ethan caught his reflection in a mirror. He barely recognized himself, not because he looked different, but because the fear was gone. The desperation was gone. The need for validation was gone. In its place stood someone calm, someone grounded, someone unshakable. That was the moment he realized losing everyone didn't destroy him. It introduced him to himself. New people entered his life, quiet ones, consistent ones. People who didn't disappear when things got uncomfortable. They didn't need him to be strong all the time. They didn't benefit from his weakness either. They simply stayed. And Ethan understood something sacred. The right people don't arrive loudly. They arrive sincerely. Ethan never forgot what he went through, but he stopped letting it define him. Instead, he let it shape how he loved, trusted, and gave. He helped others again, but wisely. He cared, but with boundaries. He loved, but without losing himself. Pain didn't make him cold. It made him conscious. If you're still in the part of the story where everyone has left, if you're in the silence, the confusion, the unanswered messages, listen carefully. This is not the chapter where you break. This is the chapter where you become. You are learning strength you didn't know you had, wisdom you couldn't have learned any other way, independence that will protect your future. One day you'll look back and realize, the abandonment didn't end you, it refined you. And when you rise, you won't need to announce it. Your peace will be proof enough. If this story touched you, share your thoughts in the comments. Your story may encourage someone else. Like this video to help others who need this message find it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more powerful, life-changing stories.